Hello everyone, my name is Khalior. I bring to you, whenever I can, the latest news related to Bloodhunt and everything around it, and I help explain the news in a way to better understand what is going on. For posterity, archival, and recording purposes, it is currently Friday, May 3rd, 2024. It is currently 11 past noon. AM Eastern Time. It has been 730 days since the release of Bloodhunt. Currently activated in-game is the Primus Pass, and the current patch is the community update. Still, by the way, no, let's continue. I'm going to talk about this in a moment. We are recording this live on Twitch right now. Normally, I used to say at this point, hey, it's every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Whenever there's an event, it's going to be at the end of Sundays and all that stuff. But I've changed. Things are changing. It is not going to be every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time now. Things are going to change. I'm going to be talking about that later on at the far end of the news today. Some changes are going to be happening in terms of this stream and this news recording. However, one thing that is absolutely going to be sure, and I want to make sure that people get that, the news are going to, the VODs are still going to be posted on my Twitch. They're also, all the news segments are always going to be posted on my YouTube. In the Bloodhunt section, I've got a Bloodhunt playlist that's in there for Bloodhunt news, so you can always subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and that way you are never going to miss whenever I'm going to be posting some news about Bloodhunt. Also, if you want to be extra sure, you can also join my Discord. As you can see, there are some links currently happening in the chat right now. You follow my Discord, everything that I do, I post on the Discord. It's my main news hub. If you want to see everything, my Discord is there. It's going to be the main thing. Also, everything that I do is posted on my Twitch. My Twitch is linking to my Discord. Every time I go live, it goes to my Discord. All of that. It's all there. So I want to make sure that everyone knows whenever there's going to be a news segment that I'm going to do for Bloodhunt, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. In the Bloodhunt news, it's all going to be there. Just wanted to get that out of the way immediately. I'm probably going to repeat this later on, but I wanted to get this out of the way. And as a reminder and a disclosure, I am not a game dev. I'm not bound by an NDA as of this moment. I'll do the best to explain the news with some reasonable assumptions. And yes, even though I still have to explain and remind people and talk about it on newscast, on stream, on the official Bloodhunt stream, I do not work for Shark Mob, including to the people who send me DMs telling me how I should fix my game. Whatever. So, hey everybody. What happened? What happened since a while, let's just say, because I've been skipping a lot of doing those newscasts, those news recaps, and I've been doing them towards the end of all the events that have been happening on the Saturdays over the last few weeks when we've been casting on the official Bloodhunt game channel on Twitch. I've been doing my little news recap at that time. But now I'm going to be doing a lot of catch up today with all of the stuff that has been missing out. So there's going to be a few things that are going to be news. There are a few things that are going to be a little bit of housekeeping, or just making sure that we have recorded proof of how things were, or numbers or all of that. It's going to be at least recorded somewhere. It's going to be posted somewhere where we can keep track of everything as it's going on through time. That's why I'm going through this whole rigmarole at the beginning of every news recap, I tell you the date, the time, the amount of days it's been since the game's release, the what patch we're on, and all of this. This is just to make sure that everything is being fixed in time, so we know if ever there's someone that needs to go back in time to go look at all sorts of references in the past. I am taking the time to note, like, this is the date and time, this is the news that we got, this is like what's the new stuff, and it's just to like keep an archival kind of reference of everything. But that being said, what happened last weekend? Well, last weekend was the 2nd anniversary of the launch of Bloodhunt. We had a mega FUNament that happened during that day. We got also a little surprised by the community managers, and we are going to start with that. If you don't already know, because we did all of this live, we did get a special code with some goodies from our community managers. And they say here, today marks a thrilling milestone, Bloodhunt's 2nd anniversary. In celebration, we express our gratitude towards all who journeyed with us this far. For your unwavering support, please accept this token of our appreciation. And this is what we got. Yes, it was appreciated by practically everyone. So we've got the Infiltration outfit, which is a Nosferatu male-only outfit. We've got the Champion outfit, which is a Bruja male-only outfit. And we've got the Belladonic Haze mask, which was a reward from the original Season 1 of Ranked Mode back in the day when we had that for a couple of months. This was one of the rewards that you got when you managed to reach platinum rank. Remember that ranked mode used to have 6 ranks, and the top 3 ranks gave you a special unique mask. So there was there was Platinum, Diamond, and Obsidian, which gave you a mask of, like this, which was like a Platinum mask. The Diamond rank gave you a Gold mask, and the Obsidian gave you a Black mask. So we thought that these ranked rewards were not going to be obtainable by anyone in the future. Like, they were going to be locked in, probably going to be considered exclusive. The community managers never really put their foot down. They never really released or declared that, these are things that, like, definitely these items are exclusive and they're going to remain exclusive. They've always been very vague with the terms that they've been using, saying that some items should remain exclusive, but not necessarily saying like which ones. So the way that I've been telling people about this is kind of like the way that, let's say, in the FUNament, we have in the kill race, some people can get the bronze reward for competitive events, which is the bronze icon and banner, which is kind of like the lowest tier of reward that you have for competitive prizes. They've allowed us to distribute that for kill races as a sort of like little prize that you can get, but it's the lower tier. That would be the kind of equivalent for that. I know that myself, I've been advocating to maybe instead of releasing those masks, maybe they could give the prizes of the other 3 bottom ranks, which was bronze, silver, and gold, because they do have some really nifty rewards that come with that. Namely, the silver rank, you've got a back tattoo. The gold rank, you've got a front tattoo, which is the basically a gold version of the Symmetromania tattoo, if you've seen it before. But they decided to go with this because we all know that the rank mask was something that the community wanted really, really, really much. Apologies to the people who managed to get this exclusive mask in the past. Now everyone has it. It's a decision by the community managers that they made. Yes, and so the code for this is, I'm probably hiding it here. It is BH2ND Anniversary. So Bloodhunt second anniversary. It is a universal code. Everyone can claim this, and it is going to be valid up to September 31st, like all the other universal codes. It comes also with a little article, which I've read online for the, oh, sorry, I have to turn off my dark reader so we can see it here. Yeah. So I'm going to read it here. I've already read it. I know last time when we were, if you were part of the Mega FUNament event that I did last week, but I'm still going to read it here because it's my news show. So, Bloodhunt second anniversary. Happy anniversary, Kindred. Can you believe it's already been 2 years since we embarked on this blood hunt together? Time flies when you're having fun, and Kindred have some seriously exciting times in Prague. Over the past 2 years, we have seen your passion and dedication shine through in all aspects, from running thrilling tournaments to participating in mesmerizing vanity fashion contests and more. Our small but dedicated community has displayed a lot of creativity and enthusiasm, which has made it feel so special for all of us. This is why we wanted to take a moment to celebrate our players and express our deepest gratitude for being a part of this journey and making the rooftops in Prague so alive. To show our appreciation for all your loyalty and dedication, we've put together a little something special for you. Get ready for a gift featuring a few special vanity items, including the coveted Platinum Mask. So there you go, there's everything there. Redeem the code here, and there's the link to basically the Bloodhunt webpage where you can log in and claim the prize. This is a special item that was previously reserved for ranked tournaments, which were available for a short time. Still, we felt that now is a great occasion to gift this mask to all of you for Bloodhunt second anniversary as a token of our appreciation. Let's spread the love and share this gift to see more of this awesome art in the game. We hope you like it. Now let's keep the good times rolling and continue to make memories together. Thanks a million for being a part of this wild ride. Here's to continued fun and epic vertical surprises, vampire hero landings, unforgettable diableries, and more undead action. See you at dusk, Shark Mob. So yeah, there you go. This is their prize. This is what we're getting. I'm sure that given the state of Bloodhunt, given the state of the launch and how the game has been going in terms of, you know, popularity and people coming inside the game, I think I can veritably state, without necessarily having like that much backup for myself, like in terms of all of this, of saying this, but I think that we have surpassed expectations from many people, when including my own. I'm gonna say honestly that we've managed to keep this game alive and going and running for as long as it has, despite the implications of the launch and the consequences of what happened at launch that continue to permeate the game, even though like a lot of the issues that were there at launch were patched. Some things that needed a little bit of work on got improved. Some things got a little bit of polish. Some things got completely changed around. There were still, all the things that have been happening to this game for the rest of 2022, and also the changes that have been made to the game up until the final patch in late May of 2023. This game has gone through many different states, many different variations. It is and right now a person that played the game at launch could come back to play the game right now in its current state without having played like any of it, and would still find the same kind of game. It is at its core, it's still the same game, but a lot of things have changed. It is at the same time, it is the same game, but at the same time, it's also a completely transformed and different game. And I think that us pulling together as a community, still loving this game, still sharing our passion for this game, and how we would like this game to still continue, to still being developed, to still being worked on. Like the fact that we managed to reach, like you just said, Makrai, that we managed to get to 2 years of this game, that is definitely the biggest achievement, and we wouldn't be able to do it without a very, very passionate community, which has, it's not an entirely clean community. It's like pretty much any gaming community. You've got some highs, you've got some lows, you've got some positive people, you got some toxic people, you got some people that are chill, you got some people that are ready to like grind everything possible. Some people are trying to reach, different sorts of, records with this game. And the thing is that we never stop having people coming to this game. But we also have, as much as we have people coming to this game, we have people leaving this game, and a lot of people have been leaving, like I've said many times, a lot of people have been leaving this game not because they were frustrated with this game, but more reluctantly. It's like there's a lot of people that really fell in love with this game, and when they've parted, it's been a bittersweet parting. But yeah, the fact that this game is still alive, we still got some people playing it, and I'm still sticking by my statement that I want to still continue to support the community. I still want to play this game. I still want to, represent this game as much as possible. 2 years, we've beaten a lot of people's expectations. We've been a lot of modern day Nostradamuses, some doomsayers. We've seen our share of people that have been coming to the game at different states, have been saying this feature isn't in here, or this thing hasn't been fixed. I give you 2 weeks, I give you a couple of months, and then the servers are gonna be unplugged. This game's gonna be dead. And yeah, we still got the game going. The numbers aren't incredibly impressive, but just as of last week, I've managed to count that we had at least 31,000 active accounts across PC and PlayStation. So we still have people that are interested, some people that are still logging in. And yeah, reminder that, by the way, that Steam charts doesn't paint the whole picture. It shows you only one side of the picture of what's happening with any given game. Yeah, so I think that, celebration is very much in how do you say? It's very much deserved that we take the time to celebrate that we managed to get this game to the point that it is. Now, what's coming in the future with this? I think that really, personally, my objective is that we keep it going, that we manage to keep it going until Exoborne launches. And even then, a little bit after Exoborne launches, we still have Bloodhunt that's still going, because we are probably going to have the potential of having a bunch of new blood coming into Bloodhunt. So that's what I personally am looking forward to for the future of this game. We still keep it up. We still have some things happening inside the community. Even though, like, right now at this point, there's not much to keep us interested or keep us excited about playing the game, except for what we do with this game. Remember that what happens with this game is entirely up to the community. So the community has to do things to keep it going, to keep it alive, to keep it running. Okay, enough of my little editorial. You've got the code. The code is good for the up until the end of the year, and probably even then, if we still have the game at the end of the year, probably this code is going to be renewed, like all the other codes that were there last year that were renewed this year. So we're going to see. All right. With that being said, we also have a community member, Kunseru. that wanted to put together a little montage of Bloodhunt and put together this this little video. Now I can't necessarily show this on my Twitch and archive it on my own YouTube, but yeah, he managed to put together a little montage of a bunch of clips that were being sent to him as at his request. So if ever you want to see it, yeah, there it is. Also, subscribe to Kunseru, which is a thing I didn't do, but yeah, let's do that. So yeah, have fun. Look at this. This is cool. Little things to celebrate that we managed to get through 2 years of Bloodhunt, and a little bit more, some would say, like if you're considering like early access and all that stuff. Moving on from this, all this was shared, including this video. This was all shared during the mega FUNament that we had on April 27th, which was the day of the second anniversary. So we've got our results here. I'm just going to quickly go through that. Here are the results and feedback for the mega FUNament. We want rain in Prague. Yeah, I know. The why they took out the rain was because it was causing performance issues on some devices. So, some numbers. 85 submissions were received, 50 unique people participated, 46 prizes were given out, 4 viewer giveaways were distributed. Some words. As trios, we just had 2 submissions. So that was the surprise of the event, is when we went through the prizes. Remember that Mega FUNament was all game modes. For 3 hours, people could play all game modes, and if you wanted to get more chances of winning prizes, you would submit a form with your match's performance in all the game modes, in all 4 game modes. But when we looked at trios, we only had 2 teams that submitted. So the extra prizes that we had, like the prize budget that we had, that we were thinking of giving to trios, they were moved off to all the other categories that we had. The kill race pool was increased to 4 winners and the average pool to 6 winners because of that change. You might see some people winning in the kill race and scoring in the average category, point-wise. This happens due to a difference in calculating points. As winning in both categories isn't possible, the prizes were passed down to the next person/team. So, you know, if you win in the kill race, you can't win in closest to average, you know? So if ever you manage to get yourself in both categories, then the prize you would get for closest to average is moved on to another person. The winner of the kill race solo decided to pass on the prize. FUNaments are going. Okay, so this is the part. FUNaments are going to take a break. Are going on a break as real life is taking more time. If you want to set up a FUNament or any other event, please don't hesitate to reach out at Far and me on Discord. Please notice that the prizes are granted directly to your account and might take up to 3 weeks. Right now, we've got Far that is inside the stream right now. Like I said, we are currently Friday, May 3rd, and she just sent the full list of prizes to the community managers. And I'm not going to go through the whole explanation, but that is a gigantic amount of prizes that are being given out, and there's one community manager that has to take time in their week at some point in the next following 2 weeks to distribute all of those prizes to everyone who got something. It's going to be a ginormous task. Yeah. So it's going to take some time if you're one of the people that are supposed to get some prizes. And yeah, so this form is I'm sorry. This form also is collecting feedback. So if ever you want to give feedback, here is the link. I'm gonna post it in chat if ever you want to give some feedback. And yeah, I'm not gonna necessarily go through all the results of the kill race and the closest to average. As you can see, like, we've got all the links to all the results. And the Techno Demon winners are Blue Ghost 232, Sour D, Grecia, and Swami Sama. And so, like, some yeah, the Techno Demon masks were not announced on stream because we still had to go through the results, double check the results, calculate some things, change things around. As I mentioned, like, there were some prizes that needed to be moved around. There's a person that did not, the person that did not take their prize for winning solo kill race had to be moved around. So we had to move around a bunch of things, and also, like, maybe disqualify some people. We had to, like, go through a lot of things before we could go, like, okay, this is definitely the list of people who participated in solo, in duo, in trios, and blah blah blah. And then we grant at random a Techno Demon mask. So congratulations to these people. And yeah, there's a bunch of questions. There's a bunch of questions here that will help us to improve future FUNaments. So there you go. You can take the time to give us some feedback. It's very appreciated when people give us some feedback. And you can say, like, well, what's the point of giving you feedback if there's not going to be FUNaments for the next couple of weeks? It's just like, hold on, we're still taking feedback, you know? We're still going to take your feedback. We're still going to take it into account what people are saying. And we're going to adjust in consequences, not necessarily for FUNaments, but maybe for other things as well. So yeah, for the next at least couple of months, Far's gonna take a break from organizing some FUNaments. So if there's any other people that want to organize some things, now's a chance. I've already been contacted by at least 2 people over the course of the week that have been asking, you know, how do you set up events? Maybe I could do something. Maybe I can do a giveaway. What kind of events can you organize? And I just made a whole list of, like, here's different types of events that you can make, and or at least that I thought of. You can always think of other different types of events. Like, maybe our events are boring for some people. We don't never know. All right. So other thing that happened last week, we got some new Twitch drops. So Twitch drops. This current series. This current series is going from April 26th to March 24th. And we have, on top of the Swift Vision eyewear and Milk outfit, which are baked in, so technically there are 6 prizes to win. We've got the Sidelocks hairstyle, which is in the store, but, you know, you're getting it for free instead of buying it in the store with tokens. And you've got the 3 unreleased, never seen before emotes of Make It Rain, Tiptoe, and Maniac. As predicted, a lot of people have been telling me that the Tiptoe emote is definitely one of the best. So have fun with that. And yeah, the what you got to do for these to get these is to watch one of the 100 streaming channels that have been granted the drops. You need to watch for 4 hours, and you're going to get these prizes, these drops. As for the channels in question, here are the top 100 streams. It's posted there, at least I posted it. And yeah, if ever you want to be a part of the people who are going to be the lucky people who have their stream tagged to have Bloodhunt drops, yeah, all you need to do is you need to stream Bloodhunt. And at the end of the month, they're going to put a list together, and then you're going to have some drops. Now, after this specific list, we are going to have 1 week where we are going to have 2 masks coming back to Bloodhunt. for drops. I don't understand exactly why it's only been they're coming back for 1 week. But I'm hoping that we're gonna get some explanations exactly of why that is, because yes, after this is all done, there's still 1 week left in May. After May 24th, on May 24th, we're gonna have like 2 masks there for a week, and then we don't know what happens there. There's been no explanation as to why that's been set up that way, but we're gonna go along with it. You know, we're gonna go along with it. I'll talk about all of this later on in the future. Now, that's it for Twitch drops. I am going to go through very quickly, as I usually do, through the community voting results and choices that we had over the course of the last few weeks. This is just to make sure that this is being recorded and archived somewhere, what we had in terms of, like, you know, here are the results, here are the choices, and blah, 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 moving on. Just so it's recorded somewhere. So, we are going to go through a bunch of them. We have several weeks to catch up on. So, this is for the week of April 14th. We had results here. We had... At 50% of the votes we had for TDM maps Graveyard, Rodolphinum, Divine Disco. At 47% of the votes we had Toggler, Pistol, Revolver, and Assault Rifle. And for artifacts, at 44% of the votes, Hand of Glory, Noddist Volume. So very strong signs from the community. As usual, when it goes over in the 40s, in the 40%, it means that a community is strongly voting in one direction rather than the other. So that's what we had for that week. The choices that were available for us at the same time that were going to possibly influence the Mega FUNament. We had for artifacts Eye of Thorns and Hand of Glory, Rorik's Ram and Crofamulus, Nodus Volume and Expeditus Boots. For TDM maps, we had Harbor, Library, Memorial Park, Red Light District, Abandoned Mall, Slaughterhouse, and Divine Disco, Burning Church, and Old Town Square. And for legendary weapons, we had the options of Hunting Rifle, Dual Pistols, Revolver, Dual SMGs, then Pistol, Flare Gun, Toggler, and Marksman Rifle. Then option 3, LMG, Burst Rifle, Double Tap, and Sniper Rifle. Now, considering this, if people were thinking about that, it's not a lot of people that know that events are going to happen. But yes, these all of these options that were there, whatever was going to be chosen, was going to influence the Mega FUNament that we were going to have on April 27th. And so, the choices that the community voted on from all of this, the results that we got was... for TDM, it was the Red Light, Abandoned Mall, and Slaughterhouse that was chosen at 43% of the votes. For legendary weapons, it was absolutely no surprise. We got LMG, Burst Rifle, Double Tap, and Sniper Rifle. But as a big surprise, a very welcome surprise, was that we got the Nodus Volume and Expeditus Boots at 47% of the votes. So that allowed us to have a very... action-based, movement-based Mega FUNament. I was very, very, very happy to see that. So, you know, we could keep things going and flowing and not necessarily waiting for the people hiding in the shadows with the Hand of Glory. I was, as an event organizer, was very much relieved to see that happening. All right, and then the options that we had after that, that are going to be basically the options for this current week that we are having. We had for options Rorik's Ram, Eye of Thorns, Hand of Glory, Nodus Volume, Crofamulus, and Expeditus Boots. For TDM maps, we had the choices of Library, Harbor, Divine Disco, Abandoned Mall, Rodolphinum, Rooftop Restaurant, and Red Light District, Burning Church, and Graveyard. For legendary weapons, Burst Rifle, Dual Crossbows, 9-barrel, and Pistol. Option 2, silenced SMG, double barrel auto shotgun and dual pistols. And option 3, toggler, assault rifle, crossbow, and double tap. I said that all of these options, like, I wouldn't be mad if we got any of those options chosen by the community. All of those are like very good packages, although pretty much everyone was just like, yeah, it's probably going to be option 3 that's going to be selected because of the toggler, the assault rifle, the gold shotgun. Who are you kidding? Who are you kidding, Khalior? We're probably going to get that. Yeah, so the results of the vote for that. Which is what we currently have this week. For TDM maps at 37% of the vote. So community was pretty divided on which ones to choose. We had Red Light District, Burning Church, and Graveyard. For legendary weapons, we had, of course, toggler, assault rifle, crossbow, double tap at 45% of the votes. So again, a no-brainer, like most people said. And for artifacts, we had the Crofamulus and Expeditus boots. Boots for 2 weeks in a row. Rejoice at 42% of the votes. A very movement-based week that we're having in Bloodhunt, and I think everyone rejoices that, yeah, we don't have that many people crouching in the shadows. Yeah. In terms of options to vote, and these are the votes that are currently active as I'm speaking right now, so remember everyone to go inside the game and vote before the end of Sunday. The votes that we currently have. For artifacts, we've got Rorke's Ram and Expeditus Boots, Nada's Volume and Eye of Thorns, and Hand of Glory and Crofamulus. I am curious to see, because we know that the fight is always between the hand and the boots. Are people going to go against what some people say, like their revulsion for Rorke's Ram? Or will people like rely and say like, well, a hand is there and we don't have the double jump, but at least you can run faster with the Crofamulus. So maybe option 3 is going to be the option to go. Personally, I want to see Rorke's Ram back because it's been such a long time since we had it in the game. It's been such a long time. It's like Eye of Thorns has seen more play than Rorke's Ram at this point. And we haven't seen Eye of Thorns for, I think, a couple of months. But yeah, Rorke's Ram, like, definitely, like, it's been a while. I'd like to see it come back. Just, as my suggestion. For TDM maps, we've got the option of Graveyard, Railway Station, and Library, Old Town Square, Skybar, and Harbor, and Slaughterhouse, Rooftop Restaurant, and Red Light. Knowing the community, probably option 3 is going to be the one that's going to be chosen. Personally, I wouldn't mind any of these options. Currently this week, we do have Graveyard, so if you don't want to have Graveyard again, maybe you want to select another one. We do also have, what is it? I think we said Red Light. We have Red Light also this week. So if you don't want to see it happen, maybe option 2 is probably going to be the best option. If you want to see something different every week and you play Team Deathmatch. But otherwise, I know that the community really likes Rooftop Restaurant and Red Light, so that's probably what the community is going to vote. But who knows? We never know. And for legendary weapons, we have the combo of LMG hunting rifle, 9-barrel, and toggler, double barrel crossbow, revolver, and pistol, and option 3 of silence, SMG, burst rifle, assault rifle, and pump shotgun. Tough choice. I am curious to see what the community is going to vote for. I know that probably option 1 and option 3 are going to be the most like high contenders because they are really good weapons in both of these, and close, long range, even though I would probably say that you've got a little bit more versatility in option 1 because you've got the 9-barrel, the toggler, and hunting rifle that can be used in long range. In option 3 here, you can probably use the burst rifle if you are using the secondary firing mode. maybe some people would consider maybe a part of the assault rifle being like it's not long range, so it's not super accurate as much as maybe the 9-barrel, the hunting rifle, or the toddler could be. Option 2, I think, is very good also as well, but I think that people don't necessarily like having the pistol being there. And it's missing a little bit of like the spray and pray weapon. Like if you tossed in an LMG or an assault rifle or a golden, if instead of the pistol you had a Tommy gun here, all three, it would be a tough choice. I wouldn't be surprised if the percentage that we see our winner win for all of this next week. I wouldn't be surprised if it was in the 30s. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a 30% vote or maybe close to 40% vote, because all these options, personally, I think all of these options are really good. Gold burst is fire. Yeah. If you know how to use the gold burst, I know there's still people sleeping on the gold burst rifle. I think it's unacceptable, but personally, yeah. Gold revolver is always fun to play with, and I say like people shouldn't spend on the gold pistol. You can play an entirely, even with the green starter pistol, you can still win a whole match with just a green starter pistol. And the gold one, really good. The gold double barrel, also very respectable. Can totally get destroyed. No flare gun this round, boo. I mean, we've got so many weapons. So these are the choices that you've got this week. Remember to go inside the game and remember to lock in your votes. Not just look at them. Make sure you click on them, and you're gonna have a little check mark that's gonna be there. Yeah. So let's talk community events. As usual, I want to remind you that everything that has to do with community events, we usually post everything on the Bloodhunt Discord inside the community events channel. If you are not part of the Bloodhunt Discord, or you're not allowed to be in the Bloodhunt Discord, follow my news things, follow my socials. I always post everything there. Or you can also go on the SBS Discord, where they post also all of the events, or at least all of the events that are posted in the community events are also being automatically posted there, as well as my Discord too. Everything that has to do with community events is also posted there. So let's talk about a few things. Some people want to see the results of the competitive trios tournament for PC that was made for the Europes and general area. I am waiting. I'm probably gonna post this weekend finally the final results. We were waiting on some feedback from Shark Mob about a few things, how can I say, like a few things that needed a closer looking at, and we finally got an answer last night. So I'm gonna be able to post the official results of who has won. Yes, I'm also going to be posting very soon, probably at the end of the weekend or at some point in the weekend. I am going to be posting the signups for the next competitive trios tournament for PC, as promised, which is going to be for the Americas region. It's going to be the same deal as I did for Europe. Basically, I need 10 teams to compete. Also, I will need 4 teams as backup, ready to go. And yeah, I'm going to keep the signups open up until a certain date. If at that certain date I do not have all of these teams from the Americas all signed up and ready to go, I will open up then the signups for any other team that wants to join in from like globally, like wherever they're from. I'm gonna give them the go ahead to join in. But when the signups are finally going to close, it's still going to be people from the Americas are going to have priority, and Europe or any other team from around the world that has signed up and wants to join in. They're going to start as backup teams and make their way up if ever there are some people some teams that decide to bail or not be there, or there's some technical issues and blah, 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 blah. Reminder that for the European tournament, I did have 14 teams that were ready to go before the event started, and then suddenly a bunch of teams bailed. Some people got replaced at the last second, and we got our backup team. Our backup teams basically like played in the event. So my whole explanation of like my whole want of having at least 4 backup teams so far, every time I've made a tournament, it's always been super justified. So for the people that think that you're a backup team, you don't have any chance or blah, 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 don't worry. Luck might be on your side. But who knows? We don't know exactly what's going to be happening. What I can tell you is that the event itself is going to be happening on Saturday, May 25th. So mark your calendars for that. I will be posting the signups probably this weekend, or at the very least Monday. We're going to see. I'm going to be working on that. And I'll be able to show you something about this. Now, other community events that have been happening, I'm just going to go quickly through them. Scouting Prague. We had a few weeks of Scouting Prague to recap. So this is Scouting Prague week 12. It was this picture that we had to find. Now, this one was a tricky one by far, because she said that this location was in Prague. And the whole idea was that, well, you know, the Elysium is in Prague, which is exactly where this location was. It is inside. This one was tricky because this was the first one that wasn't inside the map of Prague. This one was inside the Elysium. So yeah, that was this one. The winner of the previous week was Nero Young. All right. You knew it. All right. That was funny. That was tricky. So for week 13 of Scouting Prague, this was the location. So if you don't know, this location is nearby the antenna section of the map. It's a little bit, it's a little bit south of Antenna. Let's just say it's in the, if you follow the street from Antenna in the back, where that usually is getting covered by the red gas whenever the gas moves first, there's a little section there. There's a truck nearby, and there's this little, I don't know, like outdoor area here that not a lot of people necessarily go to. This is where this location is. And as a reminder, also, for the people that don't know, I did mention that Far was taking a break from the FUNaments. Scouting Prague is a thing that she is still going to keep doing. And every week, the prizes, you all know the community prizes that we currently have that are up for grabs. The prizes change every week, but she always gives you the option between one or the other. That's what you have to do when you sign up inside the form. And the previous winner for the one of week 12 was Pomelito. Sorry, I keep hiding it, but yeah, the winner is announced here at the same time. And so for Scouting Prague week 14, which is currently happening right now. Well, first of all, hold on. First of all, the winner of week 13 was Chat Chat. The form is here. You gotta click on the form. The prizes that you can win are either the flamingo hair color or the bubblegum hair color. You need to find this exact location. Now, this one's a little tricky. Because you only have a few references here around this picture that you can that you can decipher. Now, remember that all you need to do is you need to submit a screenshot. What do you need to have in that screenshot? You need to have, well, this location as much as possible. But you also need to have the outfit. Okay, just the general outfit. You don't need to have any other thing. So you don't need to have the Techno Demon mask. Just the outfit, and also the archetype, the current archetype that is being displayed here. So maybe you can figure out exactly what kind of archetype it is, and maybe by the details you can see what kind of outfit they're currently wearing. Yeah, so all the other details don't matter as long as you have the same screenshot there. And yeah, good luck to everyone. The people that want to win some hair colors, there's your opportunity to do it. Oh my god, a bomb! What could this be? Another thing I want to mention was that this week there was the vote for fashion victims for the ultimate Bloodhunter, and there was a chance to win a Bend the Knee emote if you were voting. The voting has been closed. I need to take the time this weekend to go through the vote results and to determine who is going to be the grand winner of a bunch of codes, and also who is going to be the voting winner. And I'm going to make some announcement about that. And also, I believe on Monday, I'm scheduled to organize another Fashion Victims event. So if ever you want to take the time to submit your outfit, I'm going to be revealing the theme on Monday. And you're going to have a whole week to submit your outfit according to the theme that we have. I think that we are getting very close to the end of what I originally had planned in terms of themes for Fashion Victims. I think I had planned up until June originally. So we're going to see. I'm going to see if maybe there needs to be some adjustments in the way that we're doing Fashion Victims. Maybe there's some rules that we need to change. Maybe there's some different ways of doing things that we need to change. Maybe I'm just going to take like the themes that we had last year and just redo them. I just need to make a new schedule and see what people can give up. How do you submit if you haven't done it before? So it's going to be really easy. Whenever I'm going to be posting it, and it's also, like I said, it's also going to be on the Bloodhunt Discord. It's a form, and it's very easy. First, you need to fill in the information to identify yourself, first of all. And then you just upload a screenshot. It's simple, just upload a screenshot from inside the game. There are some rules inside the form of like exactly what we're expecting to get from you. And if you want to take a screenshot that has like the entire UI, there's no problem because I try to crop the picture as much as possible. So it's, so I can see as much of the outfit as, the environment that you're putting your character in. When you're taking the screenshot. Some people decide to be all sorts of creative. They go into different locations inside the map. They try to time things correctly. They're trying to take screenshots while they're doing specific emotes or different moments where they're doing their emotes with the outfit that fits or not. And yeah, it's during that week. Like everything is going to be there. If you have any questions, like don't hesitate to ask me questions when it's going to be up. What's going to be the time to submit your fits. And yeah, after that, like for the people that don't know, from all the submissions that we got, I have 2 judges that are going to go through all of the pictures. All the pictures are, as anonymous as I can possibly make them. And then they choose, both of them, each of the 2 judges selects 3 outfits that they think fit the theme. And then I throw those all in together in a comparative vote form that we have here. And everyone can vote on which one fits the theme better. Like I always said, if you ever played in World of Warcraft, the event called the Trial of Style, that happens once in a while. That is basically where I got the whole idea. It's just like compare one and the other, which one fits the best. And then, here's 2 other, which one fits the best. Here's another. I bring in the first one, but this one is another one. Compared to see which one's the best. And then eventually everyone's votes are being tallied together and we see who comes up at the top. And that's it. Now. Now. What else do we have? We have some updates from the Discord, which doesn't happen often, but now I got something to share with you. There was a question. By Kunseru inside the Discord. The discussion was all about the different archetypes. As you all know, our archetypes go up to level 25 now. And after that, even though at the end of every match, we still get, hey, your archetype got some XP, and the XP doesn't go anywhere because at 25 they're capped. So Kunseru was asking why cap something that could go on indefinitely. I answered, maybe because other plans were in the works, like a possible perk revamp, in which case it's best to cap it rather than uncap it and then want that progress later. So imagine the idea that we left it uncapped, so you could have like a muse at level 135 or something like that, but it's useless. Like, it doesn't bring you anything. The whole point of leveling your archetype, of giving archetype XP was to unlock the different perks that you can have on all your archetypes. And as you unlock the perks, like, you can maybe get an advantage or something like that. So we went up to level 25, but what I was saying is that maybe there was going to be a perk revamp. That is something that was a part of the feedback that we got a lot from the community before they announced that they stopped development. Some people were talking about like how some perks are more useful than others. Maybe there could be like a whole revamp that could be done with the perks, which I totally agree. There's a lot of places there to help with class balance and all sorts of different things that they could do. There's some perks that maybe could be reworked. Some of them could go directly to the bin. I'm looking at you, Juggernaut perk. So what I was saying is, like, possibly there might have been a perk revamp, and they were thinking about that, and letting the archetype perk be uncapped would mean that you could grind your archetype level to 400 and something, and if ever they came in and just go like, hey guys, we're going to do a perk revamp, we are going to have to reset your archetype ranks, your archetype leveling. We're going to have to reset them. So then what happens to the players who have been very proudly been grinding their archetype rep to level, the archetype rep, I shouldn't say rep, I should say level. Like, I managed to reach archetype level 500 on my muse. Is there a way that you're going to compensate? Is there a way that you're going to do something with it? Is there, can I have a trophy or something somewhere? And that's why they probably didn't want to do that, so that's why they capped it and going we're going to do archetype a perk revamp for the archetypes. Don't you worry, it's coming soon. And then they got the news internally that they were never going to do that. So they just left it like that. So it's a little bit of a... how do I say? It's a bit of a residue of a past era, what we've got there as level 25. So that's what I was trying to speculate. And then Tobias said there were many thoughts about the perk system, which some of which are in the line that Khalior describes. One idea about higher level perks, modifying the powers of the vampires. For example, making Sabo Bomb heal. This is just something that was being discussed. So, archetype... The perk system was probably going to be looked at. That was something that plans in the future. That was something that was, going to be looked at. Kunseru asks, is there any chance that we can see concepts that didn't make it into the game? Tobias answers, it's an idea we've had some discussions about internally. We'll see. On one hand, it would be cool. On the other hand, maybe it will just increase sadness. But not just sadness, it could also increase rage from certain players who are, you know, a little bit negatively passionate about the game, you know, a little bit aggressive passionate about the game. Nevi says, why not both? Sorry, you can't see it here. There we go. He says, why not both? And Tobias says, we just don't want to make people sad. It's something that I've asked Tobias a few times already in the past of just like, hey, how about you show us a little bit of the plans? Because we know that you had some plans. We know that you were setting Bloodhunt to be going on for many, many years. And there are some traces all over the place of like, here are possible different plans. Like we're setting up some things where we're going to be like doing some revamps, some reworks and all of this. Like there are some traces all over the place inside the game about that being possible. So I know that when they announced the end of development, that was a question that Tobias asked, like, do you think that people would be interested to know what our plans were? And at the time, the way that people felt about learning the end of development, I thought that was going to be throwing some oil onto the fire, putting the salt in the wounds of like, not only are we stopping to develop this game that you like, but also here are the multiple cool things that we could have done with the game. And people go, ah! So it's just like, too soon, Tobias. But now at this time, like, it's been over a year, like, we are coming close to over a year since the end of development. Like, really currently at the end of the month, it's going to be 1 year at the end of the month since we got the community update, the final patch. So it's going to be like a good time to like, hey, you want to know what we had planned? You know, it's been enough time. Let's reveal everything. But they're still discussing internally, he says. So it's not done. Continuing on that idea, like the conversation continued at some other point, and I wanted to outline a few things. There was Story that was saying, adding coordinates to the game is good, making effects to abilities isn't, should add things based on movement that would be a great adding. I don't know why I clipped this, because this is not a good comment. Why did I think that was something good to copy? Anyways, MC Enterprise was saying like, that's exactly what I thought. It would really be nice, but would cause some problems with some of the people. And Tobias said there are no such plans to add any content or make any changes. Oh, that's why. It's because he was commenting on what Story was saying there. That's also something we'd want to avoid. Some people misunderstanding that because we're discussing some thoughts that we had when the game was in development, that it might mean something more, and it doesn't. It's to avoid the confusion, because, and some of my viewers might be aware of this, because no matter how many times, how many places I yell that I am not a Shark Mob person, that I'm not a Bloodhunt developer, I still get DMs telling me to go fix my game, or to make changes to my game, or to, like, can I ban some people? If people still at this point, and people that know me, that know who I am and know, like, my spiel and what I do, they know that I'm not that, and they still are asking me to do things about the game. If people still getting confused about this, imagine what would happen if Tobias announced some things that things that they were planning, and a bunch of people are still gonna go like, so are you doing this? Oh man, they announced that they were gonna do this. You know, the end of the announcement of the end of the development, I think, is like a really good example. They announced that they were ending development, and everything else about the game was still being supported. Everything was still going to run and continue with this game. Nothing was going to get shut down. People saw that announcement and yelled everywhere, game is being shut down. And that's why still, over the course of time, 1 year after that announcement, we're still getting people, wait a second, I thought this game was shut down. Well, it's because some people read between the lines, read too fast, or listened to people like repeating, word of mouth and the telephone game and all of that stuff, and they just heard like end of development means shutdown of servers. Right? Why not? Because that's what it means. But no, the game is still up. So imagine what that do if they announce like some possible plans that they had and people like take it the wrong way. So that makes me a little sad because these are really good points, and I agree that maybe it's not a good idea to reveal too many things, or if it's revealed, it needs to have gigantic warning signs or something to let us know about like some things that are to let us know that some of the things are not being coming out there. They're not things that they're being worked on. Anyways, moving on to another thing that I want to add that I did not add in my notes, but I want to mention it here. Give me a quick second. I'm going to find a command for it. I just added it in. Yes, it's in here. Boom. I'm gonna add that in my notes. Just give me a quick second. Yes, and I want to add that in my notes here. Because I post, like, if you don't know, I post all of my notes, all of the links. If you're watching on YouTube, all the links are in the description. If you're watching on Twitch, of course, like I post all the links inside the chat. If you want to have like other access to the links, I also post a kind of recap of my news recap on my Discord, where all the links that are there are all posted on my Discord. Everything that I link there is in there. One thing that I wanted to mention before I get to my next topic is that there is this website that some of you might already know, but I've never really super posted about it. Here it is. It is a community-run Bloodhunt database, which is a work in progress. That originally was maintained by Angry Vampiress, aka Bloodhunt Fashion. She was taking sole ownership and direction of this project. She made a website on using Notion, and she was keeping up, like her main thing was making a database of all the Bloodhunt battle passes. So you can see all the contents of all the battle passes up to a point. There was a point where she was working on this here and there whenever she had time, whenever she felt like it, and you've got all the items of the all the items of the battle passes there. At a certain point, you're going to see there are some pages that don't necessarily have the items there. But some people have been working on it. But the her videos where she displayed everything about the battle passes, she made them, she added them there so we could consult them instead of having like all the images. So you can see like, oh, the tokens have been added in the different places, and then we're gonna need to fill out like. So she's been leaving that project. She's been leaving that project kind of, she left the community, or she doesn't want to invest her time more in the community. And now Kunseru has been asking to have ownership of this database. So Kunseru and eventually myself, I'm going to be jumping into that. That's something that I've been always wanting to do, but I've never really had the time to do it. But now with some changes that are going to be happening with me, I'm going to have some more time, and I'm going to be helping out with this while we still have a game to go to. We are going to be working on I especially want to make a cosmetics directory, because a lot of people, like at least 2 or 3 times a week, there are some people who are asking, like, where do I find this item? Where do I find this cosmetic? Where do I find this hairstyle, this hair color, this outfit, this brooch, or whatever? I want to be able to have at least a database that we put together. So Kunseru has been happily jumping into this, and some people are going to be interested to see that originally we only had these 3 panels, which was the Twitch drops and the item codes, like all the free codes and all of that, all posted there. This needs to be reworked. Like, by the way, all of this is a work in progress, okay? This is all something that we're trying to build, okay? It needs some updates and all that. Previous battle passes and cosmetics directory, which had not been worked on at all. So it's something that we are going to be looking into. But there is now a 4th category here, which is called Bloodhunt Unreleased Content. That's a little project that Kunseru decided to put together because Kunseru wanted to data mine Bloodhunt. And there's a bunch of people that are always asking about, like, they're finding other people that have data mined in the past. They show me some screenshots. They're asking me, where does this come from? Is this obtainable? And all of this. So at this point, even though it's dancing the line of what is acceptable on the side of our EULA that we signed for Bloodhunt, we have a page that is entirely like a lot of Bloodhunt unreleased content. I want to make sure, I'm not going to show anything that's in there, but we've got different categories, but I want to make sure of one thing. Again, first of all, there's some things that are posted in there that need to be probably reclassified in all of this. It's Kunseru that decided to go crazy, and I have to get some input in there. But there is a mention here that I want to make sure that I read clearly on screen for everyone who's going to be using this website. Okay? Little warning here. Please note that the data mine content on this page might be broken due to the rig changes in the game, and therefore it's possible we might not ever see them released into the live game. We kindly ask you not to bother the community managers with the content that is displayed on these pages. Thank you for your understanding. Meaning, if you come with any of these things to the community managers, they're not going to be able to talk about it. They're not going to be able to confirm or deny or anything. So go inside this section at your own discretion, let's just say. Also, it's possible that some things that are in there might be some things that are actually good, that might be coming into the game, but that the community managers are keeping in their back pocket to bring in the future. Such as, we got these 2 new outfits that we got for the Bloodhunt 2nd anniversary. Maybe if you want to keep some of the surprise for yourself, in that case, like, maybe don't go into this. Maybe don't look into any of this. Also, a special note about the guns that you're going to find in there. While these may be not cosmetics, you may be interested in weapons that will never make it into the game, as the community update is the last update. So the guns especially, those will not make it into the game because there's not going to be any more updates. This is on Bloodhunt website? Absolutely not too busy. This is absolutely not. Look just over in the chat, just over your reply. This is a community-run Bloodhunt database that is a work in progress. So, yeah, so like I'm saying, if you want to get surprised by things in the future, don't look at this page. You can look at the other ones. I'm just letting you know, because I know that some people are going to look into this, because this website has already been linked multiple times inside the Bloodhunt Discord. I want to be fully clear with all of this, especially for this section, that don't discuss these things. Don't, and I would say even like don't share these things, because that might be spoilers for other people. Who knows, But I will be, I know that Kunseru is already working on this. I will eventually find the time to continue working on this and try to build finally what I've been always wanted, which is to have a cosmetics directory for the entire game. so that I can just refer people to this website whenever people want to see some cosmetics or whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Now, let's talk about some other things that I think other people will find interesting. This is my last thing. We're going to be talking about Exoborne news. What? Exoborne news? What? This isn't Bloodhunt, Khalior. There's some things that some people might consider, might find interesting. Some articles that we have here, and some things that a thing especially that happened this week that I think people might be interested, and I should take the time to mention those on the stream. Sorry about that. So we have a few things. So the first one is an article that was made from the Loadout, is what it's called. A question that some people had about Exoborne is how it's going to stand out in a sea of extraction shooters. Which is, as some people might have remembered, the same kind of thing that happened with Bloodhunt. A lot of people have been saying about Bloodhunt, or about like the failure of Bloodhunt, is that they're saying, well, you're making a battle royale when everyone's tired with battle royales. It's a little bit too late. You kind of missed the train on this. Why are you doing this? Didn't you know? And all of this. Now, here's the answer to what a lot of people have been saying. They knew. They totally knew what they were trying to do with Bloodhunt is to bring some, like they've already said this, like this is nothing new. They've said that what they were doing with Bloodhunt was to bring a different experience of battle royale, carving themselves a niche to bring inside the same kind of gameplay, type of game. They were bringing a different kind of gameplay, a uniqueness to it, which I think that a lot of people will agree Bloodhunt is unique. There are no other battle royales like this out there. The closest that can be close to that is if you play, Fortnite no build mode, which magically popped out like a few after like Bloodhunt like had the early access and all of that. Suddenly like they were saying, oh, we're announcing no build Fortnite. And we're just like, yeah, you're gonna introduce classes in the future or something like that. Anyways, so this was an interview that was done at GDC a month ago. And here comes a part that is very interesting, because as they're saying here, the extraction genre certainly looks ready to take the baton off of the best battle royale games when it comes to being in the next big trend of competitive multiplayer gaming. The slate of upcoming extraction shooters that Exoborne finds itself in is pretty stacked. The likes of Arc Raiders from the finals developer Embark Studios, Bungie's Marathon, which is, we don't know exactly what's the state of Marathon these days, and Ubisoft's The Division Heartlands are just some of the big names. Despite there being so many new PS5 games and new Xbox games on the way that offer fans an extraction experience, Sharkmob is confident it can not only attract existing fans of the genre to Exoborne, but less experienced players too. The approachability of Exoborne, that's a huge part of it. Producer Brindley Gibson tells us. We think it's really lacking in the genre, and we think that this is a way of bringing many more players into the game. We actually have our user testing lab on site, and we test every week with different groups of players. So they are running, like a month ago, they were saying they were running tests every week with different groups of players. They were already running tests. So if the people who wanted to know news about Exoborne, this is confirming, at the time of GDC, they were still running tests. Here's the interesting part. Sometimes we test with just pure Escape from Tarkov players, and they'll go, I could play this with my friends because they never want to play Tarkov. But also, we're testing with more broader shooter players who can sort of say, okay, I'm bounced off of Tarkov, I could see myself playing this. So approachability, I think, is huge. I think revealing this is pretty huge. Gibson added that Exoborne's two main stars of the show would also help make the game stand out: the exo rigs that you will wear and the extreme weather conditions that occur in game, both of which were flaunted in its announcement trailer last year. Yes, especially with the stuff that happened with EFT last week. Absolutely. Yes, so according to Chief Marketing and Communications Officer Martin Holtberg, who is also a co-founder of Sharkmob, the studio is actually relishing the competition and the crowded market Exoborne is looking to enter, mainly because it has sailed through similar waters already. I think everyone sees the potential of this genre, kind of like the same way that they did with Bloodhunt. That's by no means a secret, but a lot of people are trying to crack that nut. We've seen this before with Battle Royales, and we were in that race as well with Bloodhunt. So we've gone through a cycle of this already in a way. So they're saying, yes, we know, we are coming in a hot territory, a very contested territory. It's the hot thing, and people are going to go like, well, you're gonna try to get your space inside a very commuted, a very sought after like area of gaming right now. What do you think was gonna happen? Yeah, of course they know. They're saying right here, we know. We've done this with Bloodhunt. We're gonna do this in like a little bit more of a hotter type of game type. But the interesting thing is, even if there are other games coming out, you can't guarantee which one of them actually cracks the formula. So you're in a race, and racing is fun, competing is fun, and high risk, high reward is exceedingly fun. So I think for us, it's a fantastic opportunity and very interesting challenge. Again, reiterating, they're going this knowing that it's going to be an uphill battle. They know going it's a competition with other game studios. They know that extraction shooters are the hot thing. Yeah, and even then, like they've got like, you know, here's the like the statement that they're making, like, you know, they're talking about Bloodhunt here, and they say, we thought Bloodhunt was really great. It had some dynamic twists on Battle Royale formula that the likes of PUBG, Warzone, and Fortnite weren't offering at that time. And then they go with, but there's no escaping that it got shouldered by one side by the big titans of the genre, which we know this statement is incorrect. It's not because of a competition. It didn't get, like, Bloodhunt didn't get pushed aside because of the other competition, because of the Fortnite and the Warzones and the PUBGs. Absolutely not. It was a failed launch. That's it. It was rushed to launch. We all know this. Vertical movement is fun, and none of the others have that. The current ones are basically camping simulators. Totally agree, Far. So, Exoborne is definitely a Take-Two situation for Sharkmob, and we can't wait to see how it fares when it comes to PlayStation and Xbox consoles in the future. And yeah, that's basically, yeah. And, you know, extraction shooters, like the biggest extraction shooter that is in the world right now is Helldivers 2. Like, this one is definitely the one that is on the up and up. But I just wanted to share this article because it is very understanding of the situation that happened with Bloodhunt. Not just because of the situation that happened, but they also willingly, as I've said that they knew already, because they've said that already, but it's kind of reiterating. They knew what they were getting into with Bloodhunt. They were going into fierce competition. That's what they wanted to do, and they wanted to stand out. They wanted to have their place carved in. And I would say, like, you know, if the launch didn't fail, if we didn't, like, you know, cause the loss of, like, so many players and all the goodwill that happened with Bloodhunt, if we push that to the side, and like there were no issues at launch, this would have been Bloodhunt would have been huge. Like, no, like, you know, I think that Shroud was absolutely right when he's been saying he thought that Bloodhunt was going to be the next hot thing. Absolutely, everything, all the signs were there. Failed launch, rushed launch, totally kicked that in the nads. So yeah, this is what we're currently seeing with Exoborne. They know what they're getting into. This genre is going to be even hotter to get into, and they know. But like they said, and like Far just said, they've got two things going in. On their side. Like they say, like their two things is the exo rigs and the weather conditions. But we know, like what they have is basically what like the standout things that they have in Bloodhunt: verticality and a lot of the fast action, the fast movement. These are the two things that stand out inside of Bloodhunt. And if they manage to make a version 2.0 of this and put it into another game genre, like definitely, that's why I'm super interested in Exoborne. Like they said, a kind of a genre that I'm not experienced in at all. In fact, I'm also trying right now not to know much about extraction shooters right now. I want to go in as blind as possible into the extraction shooter genre because I've never played any of that. So I want to go in as blind as possible because on the other side, we've got a ton of people that have a lot of experience. And like they're saying here, they are already they're already testing with pure Escape from Tarkov players, like players that already know Tarkov. And by the way, you've got a bunch of people inside of Shark Mob who have been, like, I worked on the original The Division game, and if there's any indication, by the way, our community manager, Tobias Solem, used to be a community manager for Tarkov. He comes in with a lot of knowledge about Tarkov. And I don't know about the rest of the team that works at Shark Mob, but I know that, you know, especially with like the recent kerfuffle that has been happening these last couple of weeks with Tarkov and the posts that he's been making, he is still like very respected by some people, and they really miss his presence apparently in Tarkov. So I know, I'm just saying that there's a lot of knowledge. Like they are not going in completely blind. They seem to know like what they're doing. Okay, they seem to be going in the direction of whatever they know. Anyways, let's move on to the other article. Because speaking of Tarkov, yeah, this next article is directly about that. Here it is. The Division director is coming for Escape from Tarkov with his new extraction shooter. There's still an opportunity to be the best in this genre. So there's a little bit of reiterating that we saw from the other article. Martin Holtberg doesn't think the PvPvE genre has reached mass market appeal yet. I totally agree with that. So yeah, let's just go through it. Martin Holtberg, one of the directors behind Ubisoft's looty shooter, The Division, now has his eyes on the fledgling getting and go extraction shooter genre, which he reckons still can reach the mass market. After leaving Ubisoft, Martin Holtberg began work on a brand new project, the recently revealed Exoborne, which is basically a shooter set with within a mid-apocalyptic disaster movie. God, this is hard to read. The game sees survivors on a climate catastrophe-ridden Earth pick up exosuits to scavenge for resources and fight one another, all while Mother Nature rains down terror and distinguishes Exoborne from other games in this PvPvE arena. A couple of extraction shooters have attracted quite a lot of players, but they're not really mass market yet. Probably in reference to Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown, the other big fish in the relatively small pond. So, I'm just gonna skip over this. There we go. Holberg explains that the main competitive problem with making another live service escapade is capturing players from one game and transferring them over to a new one. One way to do it is to be the first and to be disruptive, he says. Another way is to be technically the best or offer social systems nobody else does. I think there's still an opportunity to be the best in this genre. So, hold on. To be the first and to be disruptive, that's not them. Other people have already done that. But what he's saying here is another way is to be technically the best or offer social systems nobody else does. Is that hinting at what they are trying to do with Exoborne? Going like, we know we're not the first ones, okay? We're not going to be super disruptive and just like change the game, change the, a face of the gaming industry like Tarkov has been. Tarkov is like the monolith, and the Division has been making like still has fans. The original Division, I would even say, like some people, the original The Division game still has fans, and there's people that don't necessarily like The Division 2 because it's been made by another group or people from the original group, but not the same director. So I think that is I should take this as a hint. Technically be the best or offer other social systems nobody else does. I'm curious exactly what that means, but I'm extrapolating a little bit. Hulbert and the team at Sharpmug are going all in on that second solution. We need to find the type of experience that you really want to create, and then you double down on that and pray to the Lord that it all works out. With Escape from Tarkov currently knee-deep in a 250 pay-to-win controversy, the road is wide open for Exoborne to snatch its crown. Currently, Exoborne has no release date, but the game will be available on Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and PC when it does launch. So I thought, again, this would be a nice kind of... You can see the mentality of what they're going into, and also it pairs very well with the other article I just showed you, saying that this is what they're going to be bringing to the extraction shooter experience. They're really thinking about like what is going to be the positioning of Exoborne when it comes out. For us, Bloodhunt players, what's interesting in this is that we can see like how the game is going to be positioned. Like, why is that positioning interesting? It's because these are going to be the tenets of what Exoborne is going to be. They're telling us through these articles, this is what Exoborne at its core is going to be. Not exactly like, oh, when you load the AK and you shoot it in the air and you use the grappling hook or any of that. It's going to be like about the social systems. It's going to be like they said about like the movement, or like all the things that are going to be special about Exoborne. What's going to be interesting for us, and especially for me, is how we can tie that in to bring people into Bloodhunt. Hey, you like these things about Exoborne? They also have another game that does that. It's got some bugs. It's a little, it doesn't have like huge amount of people, but maybe we can funnel you through. Maybe we can funnel you through onto Bloodhunt. Maybe like, if we get more people from Exoborne inside of Bloodhunt, or just kind of like, hey, how about your week is going to be like half of Exoborne, a little bit of Bloodhunt on the side. Get more people in there, and then maybe like at some point Shark Moment's gonna go like, hey, look at all these numbers coming into Bloodhunt. Maybe we should like, hey upstairs, should we like look at these numbers? Should we like do a little quality of life patch? Like nothing much, just a little quality of life patch. Like not to require many people. We could maybe do like something that's gonna be like a month or something. Like, do you think like it? And upstairs might be going like, hold on, sorry, we're counting all of this money coming in from Exoborne. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to do that? That's fine. You can do that. Hold on. 5 million, 6 million, 7 million. Yeah. Why are you still here? Go do it. Yeah, money given. Go. Maybe that can happen. Did you play the first Descendant beta? No, I'm trying to stay away from extraction shooters. I'm trying to really Sensei push. I'm trying to go. I want to go into Exoborne, going with the mindset of I don't know any of this. I want to be completely the same way that I came into Bloodhunt. With Bloodhunt, I had this notion about battle royales. What's the idea of battle royales? I saw some gameplay of battle royales, to get kind of the idea of how it is, and I was just this feels very unrewarding. I do not like this. I don't want to play a game where I need to wait in a queue, wait for and then run around for 5 to 10 minutes to try to get my loadout, to get myself ready, and then you go into combat, and within 30 seconds the combat is done, and then you're back to the lobby and you have to do the whole thing again. I felt like it was very frustrating. It was very frustrating to spend so much time for so little gameplay. With Bloodhunt, I came in because of the vampire stuff. The vampire stuff attracted me, and it was just okay, this vampires thing, maybe battle royale, okay, maybe I can try it. And then I discovered a whole different thing. There was a whole different thing, and yeah, it made me change my mind about battle royales, but specifically because of the way that Bloodhunt is. Bloodhunt does not have a whole preparation phase. You can start the match and be in and start being inside your first battle with someone within 5 to 10 seconds. And and the wait time, because of the bots, the wait time isn't long these days between matches. So if I get out of a match, if I get myself out of a match, it's fine. I can queue in within a minute and a half to 2 minutes. I get another match. Go in, load in, boom, already in a fight. There's no waiting time. That's the thing that I love specifically about Bloodhunt. Some people have been complaining that Bloodhunt does not have a whole preparing phase and all of this, but I think it's coming from people that already have an experience with battle royales, and they know that battle royales, for them, typically it's always the same. It always starts with this, but I don't like the gameplay of being over. Gameplay is quickly as over as it is, as it started. Or there's even the situations where you load up and then get sniped from nowhere and you don't even see your opponent, and then you're dead and you had no chance. With Bloodhunt, you have a chance. Anyways, so that's the same kind of mentality that I want to go in with Exoborne. Is just, I know nothing of it. I'm going in blind. Sell me on the experience of extraction shooter, because right now, I don't really see the point of an extraction shooter. Is it going to be the same gameplay? Is there going to be any progression? Is it just going to be I'm going in and there's a chance I might not extract myself, so it means I get nothing? So, what's the point in all of this? Make me interested. Make me, want to play this game. Make me want to load in another match. Is it going to feel like a waste of time? All of that. That's why I want to be going in it absolutely blind, and that's why I'm very interested in seeing all of this. But I might not have to wait until the game is out to know exactly how this game plays out, because this week, and that's my last bit of news that I've got this week, is, well, not its second to last bit of news, is that this week Exoborne has announced that the playtest, you can sign up for playtests of the game. So they say here, player feedback is crucial to the development of Exoborne, so today we are excited to announce that we are hosting a set of playtests to gather your feedback. For a chance to participate, please sign up now. This got a very nice link. Very nice website. There's your option to wishlist the game, which is very important. And you can sign up. Now, the thing about this, about the playtest, is that they are looking for minimum requirements for the playtest. What you need to do is just go through the steps here. They're going to ask you like several different questions for you to sign up for the playtests. And then at the end, they're going to say, hey, we're going to let you know if you are going to be a part of the playtest, or they're going to tell you, hey, you're not exactly the type of, you don't have the exact type of profile that we want to do a playtest with. Better luck next time. But the important thing about all of this, if you sign up, there is a mention that if you sign up for the playtest, you are not guaranteed to be a part of the playtest. But also, even if you sign up and you're not, and they tell you like you're not, you know, we're not going to look for you for the playtest, your information is still in there if ever there are future playtests in the future. So it's not a waste of time. If ever you want to be in a future playtests, sign up still. You're going to be already in there. You're already going to be already signed up. Here's a list of requirements, minimum system requirements that are looking forward to and yes, it has to be mentioned that these system requirements are subject to change for the full game launch. It is not, you know, we don't even have an early access that's already out there. We don't know. And even then it's during the early access or during the beta phase at some point after they done a bunch of performance changes, like it can, all of this can change with a game. So it's usually towards the end of a beta or an early access or something like that, that they finally decide, okay, these are the minimum system requirements and the recommended system requirements for our game. But as you can see, it requires a lot of power. Let's just say it requires definitely a system upgrade for some people that have been playing Bloodhunt on, let's say, the lo-fi end of things. Definitely, like it looks like it's going to be something beefy. For NVIDIA GPU RTX 2070, that's at the minimum. And AMD is RX 6700 XT. Add an Intel core of at least, you know, you need at least a 5-core CPU. At least 16 gigs of RAM. So, you know, 16 gigs of RAM, I think it's not enough personally, but anyways. So that can give you a little bit of an idea of what they're looking for. So there you go. There's a little FAQ here. And yes, there's also the mention that for the playtest, anything that's in the playtest, all progress made in the playtest will not carry over for future tests or the launch. So any of that, they are like, so there's nothing that you're going to do in the playtest that's going to carry over to the launch of the game, which I think for an extraction shooter where you are, where they've said that they are going to, like the reason why you should be coming back is to progress your account. There's going to be account progression. There's going to be plans that you're going to discover. There's going to be like your loot and other things are going to be gradually improving as you go into further and further matches. I think it makes sense that they are not going to carry over any progress that you're going to be doing during the playtests. So, hey, sign up for the playtest. Sign up for the playtest. You never know when they might call you. Go in and sign up. Yeah, I'm excited about all this. I'm excited about what's going to be happening. And also, for the people that did not necessarily note or didn't necessarily see or did not know already from past news, I want to take the moment to show you here what's happening here. Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, Level Infinite, Shark Mob, studio who makes it, Level Infinite, the producer. It's going to be on Steam, it's going to be an Xbox, like I said, it's going to be like the S and X and PlayStation 5. I don't think that PlayStation 4, with those requirements out there, I don't think that PlayStation 4 is going to be able to handle this kind of game. The playtest, we don't know when it's going to be, but you can sign up. They didn't say when. They didn't say what's going to be the content or whatever. But there is an EULA to sign. There are some policies that are already in there. Some are very interesting. This playtest, they have confirmed this playtest is limited to PC only through Steam. For this one. That they were specific on the Discord to say, like, for the specific playtests that they're looking at is going to be PC, Steam. That's it. And if ever you're going to sign up and you're having issues, there are two little forms. There are two little forms where you have to log in your Discord information and your Steam information. There's a little FAQ link that you need to click on that will tell you exactly step by step what you need to do in order to get the right information in. Follow these steps. I was dumb and I didn't look at them. And a lot of people apparently, according to the Exoborne Discord, a lot of people didn't read those things. Read them, and then you're going to be able to submit your information. So yeah, even if you're playing on PlayStation and you know that this playtest is for PC only, still sign up. Don't, like, if you are interested in playing Exoborne or playtesting Exoborne, still sign up. Some made videos so you don't have to read. Oh, that's even better. So there you go. The link is in there in the Twitch chat. You can see this on screen. Yeah. So that's all I had to say specifically about Bloodhunt, about Exoborne. But now I want to talk about me. Just for a moment. So, so a few things. One thing that I mentioned at the beginning of this news recap was that I am foregoing the thing of, like, hey, newscast is always on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. If ever we have an event, it's going to be on Sundays or whatever. Here is the reality of Bloodhunt now. Is that now that we've got the second anniversary that has happened, I'm not expecting a huge amount of news to come out of Bloodhunt in the near future, apart from maybe some events that might happen once in a blue moon from the community managers. The rest of new things that might happen will come from the community. So on my end, when it comes to doing a news recap, probably doing it every week is going to be a little bit of a, same old thing. You got scouting Prague, you got a little fashion victims, you got, reminder of the drops, reminder of, there's got some free codes. Like, at some point, it's going to become very, very repetitive. So what I'm going to be doing for the news recaps is I'm going to do them whenever it feels like they are needed. So, like I just did, like I went through a lot of the voting choices and voting options for the community vote. All of this, I'm just like catching up on all of these things that have been happening. Reminding people about, like, the events, the winners of the events, and all of this. It's just because at some point, like, it feels like I'm wasting my time a little bit on, like, reminding things that people should already know. But anyway, so, and also the other thing is it's freeing me from doing all the time, always at the same time, always on Saturday and all of this. I can have the liberty to do these news recaps whenever I feel like it and whenever I actually have the time to do them. Because right now, I've got Friday off from work, and I'm doing this because I can at this point. So, because the situation is changing with Bloodhunt, I can give myself the liberty to change my things as well. So, In terms of the news recap, just make sure that you are still following my socials. You like all my news recaps are going to be posted as usual on my YouTube. So whenever I'm going to be doing like at any point inside the week, all my news recaps are going to be posted on my YouTube account and my Bloodhunt playlist or Bloodhunt section. So none of that is going to change in that term. It's just like when it's going to be happening for me is going to be like a little bit, scattered. Because another reality for me is that there's been a lot of things that have been happening in my personal life. I have had a very tough, very, very tough year, or we're coming close to a year of having a tough time with IRL work, which has been kicking me, especially these last few months. It's been very, very hard, to the point where I need to get a little bit of my personal life back. And also I want to not exactly step back, but I've been also told and reminded and asked, like, I don't need to put out events for Bloodhunt every single week all of the time and putting so much effort all the time. I can just pace myself a little bit more. So yeah, like Makrai is currently saying right now. So a lot of people have been telling me, like, put breaks on something, take a break, because we can see you're running yourself into the ground, and I am. So I'm gonna be taking it a little bit cooler. Far's gonna be taking a break from the FUNaments. I might step in to do some other things. I already have some things in mind, but it's gonna be a little bit more chill, a little bit more like spaced out. Like some other people have also told me, like, hey, the thing is, we're also not doing events because we can always count on you and Far. Like, Khalior and Far always got events on their sleeves, so why should we make any of them? So I'm just like, oh, okay. There's another reason for me to slack a little bit. I want to channel reward for Khalior to have a day off. That never happens, ever. So there's that. I also want to be like, you've been hearing me complain a lot that I haven't been streaming a lot. I haven't been putting a lot of effort into my stream. And my main reason has been because I've been spending so much time offline working on setting up events, discussing events with other people, a lot of backstage politics that are happening about through all of this. I want to step away from doing a lot of the things. I want to make my events more simpler, more easy to get in. I haven't had the breathing space to think about things properly. Maybe there's some other ways. Maybe I can make my sign up forms a little bit simpler, easier to understand. Some people have been complaining to me a lot recently about how there's a lot of words in my sign-up forms and they don't know exactly what they're getting into, but they're getting into it. It's just like, yeah, you're gonna tell me what's happening, what's written on there. Yeah, there's some things I need to focus on. I want to get back into being a streamer. Like, I want to stream multiple times a week. I want to get myself a schedule. I want to play more Bloodhunt. Honestly, just playing Bloodhunt is already like, I want to get my account to level 200. I'm not going to do that by organizing events. Like, I want to have some things happen. Also, I want to update my stream. My stream has been it's been I've put everything up there in a rush as things have been spiraling more and more into out of control over since the beginning since I started doing this back in June 2022. I'm coming close to a 2-year thing myself, but I've just been piling on things and not necessarily taking the time to go okay, is there some things that I can change? No, I'm not one of the creators of the game. I'm just a content creator. I'm just a streamer. I'm a streamer. I'm a player. I'm a player of the game. It's just that I've been doing a lot of, publicity for the game, but it's just because I'm I'm a guy that wants the game to not disappear into the darkness. So I've just been like, hey, let's make events. Let's make things happen. Hey, community, let's do things. And the community managers have been like good enough to go like, okay, you got your shit sorted. So yeah, we're gonna give you some codes. You want to make some events? All right, get some codes. Tell us what you want to do. You want to set up a tournament? All right, here's some codes for you. We're gonna like, and it's just been like, I've been doing this and been like covering the news. I started by covering the news. Now I'm like the main event guy for the community. So I'm just like, this went out of control. So I understand the people that think that I'm a developer for the game, but I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Far knows more about the things behind the scenes that I do. Like, I don't have any like preferential treatment or anything. But yeah, anyways, getting back to what I was saying, like, I need to update my stream. Maybe it's time to change some things. There's some things that need to be updated. And yeah, I mean, yeah, Far's not a developer either. She's also a community manager, but she's also a mod for the Bloodhunt Discord, which means that she has signed an NDA and knows a little bit more extra things than me. But yeah, she's not a developer. I mean, she is her own developer for other things, but yeah, Far is technically, you should be taking her as more of a she's also just another gamer, just another streamer, an event, a content creator, event creator. But she does have mod powers and does know a little bit of things behind the scenes. But yeah, so I need to maybe update some things on my end, maybe change a little bit of my mentality about things. I need to focus on what's my next step for Bloodhunt. Like, you need to reevaluate what's my role inside of Bloodhunt, what's my role inside of the community. So I know I said I want to step back on some things, but I want to also make sure that some things about Bloodhunt and me are solid, because I said I'm not going away for Bloodhunt. I'm still going to be representing Bloodhunt. As long as the servers are up, I'm still going to be representing Bloodhunt. Also, what's going to be my next step for Exoborne? What am I going to do with this? Because I am going to be covering Exoborne, but how am I going to do this? You know, I need to take the time to do some reflection about this. Am I going into Exoborne as a content creator? Am I going as an event organizer? Because some people expect me to organize events. Like, if you're going into another game, are you going to organize events for Exoborne? Like, that's going to be an expectation for me. Do I want to take it? Do I not want to take it? You know, how will the Shark Mob crew, like the community managers that are also the same community managers, I mean, they're a little bit separate, but it's still the main kind of people at Shark Mob that are overseeing Bloodhunt, that are also overseeing Exoborne. They know me. So if they see me going into Exoborne, how are they going to treat me? Like, how, and not just how are they going to treat me, but how do I want to be treated by them? Like, am I coming at them like as a player or as a content creator? What am I going to do? Like, am I like, do I want to sign an NDA for Exoborne? Do I want to be a part of the community? Like, not, do I want to be a part of the, like, some things? Like, okay, so, you know, and what about the populations of Bloodhunt and Exoborne? Because Bloodhunt, like, there are some things, there's some people, there's some mentalities. Like, I already have a foot inside of this community. Like, not just a foot, I have a pedestal, I have a soapbox inside of the Bloodhunt community. What am I going to be with the populations of Exoborne? Other content creators. There are already signs of people that are trying to muscle me out of not being a part of the Exoborne community, which caught me by surprise a few weeks ago, that some people already are blocking me from anything that's related to Exoborne because they don't want to see me inside of this. So just like, okay, that's interesting. So So yeah, like there's a different audience for a Bloodhunt that's already there and established, and there's going to be another audience for Exoborne, because Exoborne is going to be AAA studio thing. There's going to be a lot of people, like a lot of gamers from other different types of games that are going to be there. Other people from that already have this the experience and expectations of people that have already played extraction shooters, people that are specialists in The Division, people that are specialists in Escape for Tarkov. They are going to be experts of those. I can already tell they're going to be experts of those who will have their own niche inside of the population. Just like, how are we taking this from a point of Tarkov? How are we taking this from a point of people that were there during the original The Division? Are we like, they're going to have like their own points of view, and it's fine to have that. Like, it's fine to have diversity of content creators and all that. What's going to be my approach? What's going to be my niche? How am I going to step in there? Do I want to do any of this? And how will I keep both games at once? That's the big question, because I'm already like so far into Bloodhunt. If I want to cover Exoborne, and if I like Exoborne, which is also another possibility, I might look at the Exoborne and go like, I don't like this. So do I have an exit strategy already planned for this? Like, do I want to step into this? So all of this, and also just on a more pragmatic level, like not just like, time management. How am I going to split myself during the week of like, I have to cover 2 games at once, but also I need to organize my files on my PC. Because right now, all of my streaming stuff is heavily tied into Bloodhunt directly. Now, if I have to add another game into this, like, I need to organize my files, I need to organize my archiving system, and all that stuff. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that I need to think about, and I need to consider. And these are big questions. And right now, while we are past the big event for Bloodhunt, and maybe things are going to actually calm down and I can actually sit down and think for a while. And like I said, playtests for like more public playtests, I should say, of Exoborne are coming around the corner. And there's still no release date for Exoborne. I still have the time to make my mind about it, but I have to start thinking about it a few months ago. I need to start the process of thinking about it now. So this is just all to tell you that there might be some changes on my end, and it's about time that there's some changes on my end. Maybe suggest some readjusting or whatever, but I want to reiterate, I'm not stopping anything with Bloodhunt. I might be readjusting some things, but I'm still in it for the long run. I said it, I'm still going to keep at it. With Bloodhunt, I'm still going to be there. If anything that I'm already thinking about my position, let's say, when Exoborne comes out, I want, as Makrai, don't write these things. Don't write these things. Some people will see that and will take that seriously. Will not listen to anything I've said and will only write and will only see this and going like, he's saying his farewells. No. No, absolutely not. I think that my position, I'm already going to say this, is I am going to probably position myself as I am the content creator that will be the bridge between Exoborne and Bloodhunt. That is probably the unique position that I might be having, or that I might like make my stand or like make my little place or whatever. Like, I might be doing this. And then there's a possibility. Also, I have to think of that possibility that also, like, it might happen that maybe before even Exoborne comes out, maybe the servers of Bloodhunt are gonna die. What am I gonna do at that point? It's possible that when Exoborne comes out, maybe there's not gonna be anything on Bloodhunt. They're gonna pull the plug. What happens in that? So I have to think of a lot of contingency plans, a lot of different things, like how to readjust myself, or at least not necessarily think of it in the detail, but at least have a grand plan. A plan would be nice. I'm not expecting a full step-by-step detailed plan of everything. Last night we were drunk, today we're here. So there was a plan that happened between us being the fuck out, blackout drunk last night, and we managed to get here. A plan happened, So So yeah. It's just to think about all of these things. It's what I'm gonna be going through. But yeah, I want to be able to promise that you're gonna have more streams of me, but there's going to be a thinking process, and I don't want to bother any one of you during my streams to be thinking about or talking about I don't want to be like one of those content creators who spends their stream talking about their content. Okay, I find that extremely annoying and on the nose for the people that do that always are talking about, hey chat, what do you think about this? Hey chat, do you like this content? Hey chat, do you think that this might be interesting? Or hey chat, I'm thinking about a lot of revealing of what's happening behind the screens constantly being reminded that you're not talking to a streamer, a gamer that's putting that's a person that's having fun with the content and making it being informative or being entertaining or all of this, but the kind of person that's constantly reminding you that no, the first and foremost is all the mechanics and all the things and all the stuff. I think that's totally annoying and insulting to some point. I don't want to be doing that. So that's kind of here is my state of the channel. I think I'm gonna call it that, state of the channel. Bloodhunt news and state of the channel. Sounds like a good title, right? Anyways, so that's where my head is at right now. Okay, so to wrap up all of this, hello. To wrap up all of this, what's happening next for Bloodhunt? So what's happening next right now? So like I said, this weekend I'm gonna be posting tournament results, fashion victims, winners. We're gonna have on Sunday, we're gonna have community vote. Remember to vote. Please vote to have the boots and the ram in. I want to see the ram back in the game. Please, I want to see the ram back in the game. I would love to have it. I'm gonna be posting a new fashion victims probably on Monday. I'm gonna be posting the competitive event signups probably at some point in the week. There is Scouting Prague that is currently happening, where you can get a chance of getting the hair colors. Remember, Scouting Prague is every Wednesday to the next Wednesday, so there's going to be another one coming in on Wednesday. And hopefully, as I've mentioned before, hopefully I'm going to be doing my mega channel follower giveaway on May 18th. Wait until I actually post the announcement to be absolutely sure of what's going to be happening. So, yes, mega. So yeah, that's what I've got. So again, it's the time of the news recap. What I tell you, hey, if you want to continue helping out Bloodhunt, make sure to share, like, retweet, tell your friends, get some more people in there. It's always fun to see new streamers suddenly discovering the game. Tell people about the free codes that we've got into Bloodhunt. I've got a few graphics that can help you with this. And everyone, if we have some events, even some competitive ones that we put up some sign up forms out there, even if you are not competitive, you can join up, you can sign up. Again, if you have some ideas about some different sorts of events that you want to organize, I am more than happy and willing to help you far as well. We can help you through the whole process. We can even like copy the forms that we use for all our signups and all this and make this like as easy as possible so you are able to run your own multiple events by yourself and get yourself some more people maybe inside your channels, maybe get your name out there, maybe be more confident when it comes to giveaways. I already got some people that want to know how to run some events. So yeah, Far's gonna be gone for a couple of weeks. There's not gonna be any FUNaments. So, and she's gonna be going on vacation at some point. So yeah, it's gonna feel like, you know, Khalior's running his competitive tournaments, and then what's it for the rest of us? Well, some people are gonna have to step up at some point. Anyways, so as a reminder, if you want to help out with the community of Bloodhunt, please join in, participate, watch the streams, or just lurk. Remember that the community right now, what's happening with Bloodhunt, especially at this point in time and up until, let's say, October, because October is spooky month and Halloween and all of this, and then we might have some more people that might be interested in Bloodhunt if it's still going on. The game is in our hands. It's the community. Community events, community is the key, community is the way forward. And I'm just not just saying about events, it's all of this. It's how people talk to each other on the Discord, on Twitter, on the streams. It's the community that can continue to help the game thrive, or at least not die, continue to move forward, be nice to each other, please. I know it's fun to be a little toxic against each other, but sometimes there's some people who are putting this like pushing way too much into this. Help out, have fun, play the game. Don't burn yourself out inside the game. And then we're going to continue to keep this game going. Remember, yeah, want to help out, raise a hand, send a DM. I'm always able to help out people. So, if ever you are still online at this time of this, after I'm done with the recap, I'm going to be giving away a purple paint code to PC players only. So if you are currently in stream right now, stick around when I'm done with the recording. But after, Jesus, it's been over 2 hours. That's it for us here. As a reminder, be kind to each other and to yourself. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.